Alright guys, so I'm trying to film with the back camera on the phone. I don't see my screen at all, so I'm hoping I'm in view here at some point. I believe I have to go and deal with the dog. Anyway, it's a new week. I didn't record a video last week because I really couldn't get up the mental energy to actually sit in front of a camera and film myself. So today is Tuesday. It is the 5th of March. We're gonna try to do a new week. I still look very tired. I can't help that. I'm not sleeping well. We're going to ignore the mess that I'm in because we're here for the crochet and the artwork and the shenanigans that are going this week. So I have my coffee in my trusted cup that my husband gave me for Christmas with the witch's brew on it. Not a good cup of coffee this morning, I'm just going to admit that. We do have a few things on the go. I've got an order for another paw prints for Pixie, and this one is going to New Brunswick. So Jess, if you're watching, thank you for supporting the cause. So this one needs to get shipped out by the end of the week. It's currently Tuesday, as I had said, so I'm going to start at that today, get it glued tonight, and hopefully get it all fuzzed up, cut all the loops and everything, and get that ready for the mail, and that's going to go out on Tuesday. Luckily, I have slot boxes here, and these will fit into the slot boxes, which means they'll go as letter mail in Canada, so the shipping can stay low, which is really nice. So this one right here, Pixie hasn't had any recent vet appointments, but she is on medication, and we do need to be buying her puppy pads and everything because of the medication she's taking. She's peeing a little bit more. It might be a bit too much information, but we have purchased a couple packs of puppy pads, and there's still money left over to get her next round of medication when it's needed, I think in about 2 weeks or so. The medication is not super expensive, but it does add up over a while. So this is still listed over on Etsy if you would like to go over and have a look at it. If you're Canadian and you trust the e-transfer process, you can always message me and we can work that out, and then I save on Etsy fees, and more money goes towards Pixie and her medication and most likely vet bills in the future, because I know they're coming. Anyway, what have I been getting up to? I have this guy right here. This is a Jack Skellington. It is quite different than the pattern itself, meaning I did not crochet in the face because I didn't like the way one eye was bigger than the other, like the stitch that I had done, and I want to put felt eyes on here in a different way, a different shape than what the creator has put on here. So I thought what I could do is I could just crochet it and put the felt eyes on, and it'll still be done. And this one is going to Geek Fest with me in May. So that is the plan with that. I do have to clean it up a little bit. The fuzz from the inside, the polyfill kind of gets down on the black yarn and kind of makes a mess. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like working with black. But we have this one. This is what I'm working on. I'm hopefully going to have the rest of the pieces done for this today. I have the arms done. I do need to finish. There's going to be a collar that attaches right here. And then what we're going to do is cut out the eyes and pin them on. And then I'm going to embroider the mouth still and the nose. So it's still going to look relatively the same. It's just that I'm going to have felt eyes on there so they look a little bit nicer in my opinion. Pixie is nagging to go outside, so I'm going to go and deal with her, and I'll come back in just a little bit and show you some of the things that I've made over the past week that if you haven't been over on Instagram, you may not have seen them, and there are some that I've been kind of keeping a little bit of a secret until I made another video, so I'll show you those in just a little bit. Alright guys, so it is Wednesday. It is the 6th. I'm going to say the 6th. Yes, tomorrow's the 7th. It's the 6th of March. And today I'm going to be finishing up this Jack Skellington over here that I have on the table. And I'm also going to be finishing up the horns on that blue goat that I almost have finished. I just have to stuff the horns and sew them on. So there'll be 2 new pieces that I'm going to be adding into the inventory for Geek Fest. Again, if you're following along and you're not really sure what Geek Fest is, it's a 2-day expo type thing that's happening in Gander, Newfoundland, so central Newfoundland, and it's like cosplay, games, there's contests, and there's vendors and food and things like that. So it's like a little convention. It's one of the only ones really, I think, in this area. You're gonna have an excuse to pillow over there. That's what I'm using to stuff all my groomy stuff, and I have nowhere to put it, but that's happening in just, you know, 2 months. Take a couple of days because it's happening on May 4th and May 5th, and May 4th actually happens to be my birthday as well, so it should be a fun day out. And yeah, it's I'm glad I paid for all my fees and everything back at the beginning of January, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have been going, because I wouldn't have had the money to pay for the fees. So thank you to past me who thought ahead. So I'm super excited to be able to go to that, and I have a ton of stuff made, and hopefully I'll sell out most of it. And that's the plan. I'm hoping to be able to sell most of the stuff that I have. So yeah, so the plan, like I said today, is to get the jack finished and to finish the goat, and I also have to finish an order of the paw print, the black and white paw print that I was working on in the last video. I thought I had this big old clip of me working on stuff yesterday, and it turns out when I laid the camera down, it actually flipped, and all you got was the back of the storage bin in the corner of the desk over there. So that was a bust. So let's see if I can't get something worth filming today to add into this video. And for those of you who are wondering, I hate this glare in my glasses. I really should pay more attention to that. Let's put that down. For those of you who are wondering, I am doing much better this week. My mind is a little bit clearer. I am still frustrated about things. I'm still stressed about things, but I'm trying not to let it get to me. So let's get into today. I have some things that I have made over on the desk there, or the shelf that I haven't showed you guys yet, so I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Some things that I worked on over the weekend, and hopefully we have some good stuff in this vlog going forward. So let's get into the day.
These are really good stuff, so once these are gone, they'll probably be gone forever. But yeah, I just wanted to update you all. I'm really bad at the vlogging stuff.
I just wanted to show you this mess. Okay, so the process of cutting the loops on the punch needle things, this is what mess I get. And unfortunately, I don't have a hand vacuum, so I have to kind of make a pile of this, and hopefully it stays in one spot. But this is all the fuzz from cutting all the loops, and now I have to go find the sticky roller and clean off the fabric around the outside so I can tidy this up a little bit, make sure I haven't missed any loops, and rearrange some of the strands of string, yarn, whatever, because they're kind of all over the place. But by the time I get it tidied up, it's going to look like a nice little paw print, and then I'll cut the fabric around and glue the felt on the back and kind of shape the outside a little bit better. But I'm going to go and clean some of this up first, because holy God, what a state I've got made here. But yeah, let me show you what it looks like when it's cleaned up. Okay guys, I have to use this front-facing camera like I had mentioned in the last clip, because when it's turned around, I can't see what's going on, and I don't know if I'm in focus or not. So I have the sticky roller, and this thing is a piece of garbage, as you can see. So we're just going to clean up if I can get a new piece available. We're going to clean up this paw print and see if I've missed any loops. That's the hard part about working with black. I hate working with black in general, because it's so hard to see, but if a customer wants black, they get black. So the sticky roller just takes all the fuzz right off. The only thing is, it doesn't last very long, and you have to get a new piece, and then you end up wasting it. So this does the trick, because someone has suggested to use a little mini hand vacuum for this. I don't have that, and this is the next best thing for now anyway. Oops, shaking the thing, Okay, so now this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's taken off all of that gunky stuff. So what I need to do now, later, what I need to do now is go in and straighten up the loops. And unfortunately, I don't have an overhead camera that's good to use for that. So I will come back and show you the actual finished piece before I glue the backing on. So this is all glued back here with some white PVC glue, and it actually does the trick. It's nice and stiff. So I'm gonna go and straighten up. You can see that there's a whole bunch of pieces all over the place. We're gonna go straighten that up, and then I'll come back and show you the finished piece before I go ahead and glue it on to the felt. All right, so this is what it looks like when it's cleaned up. And I've got everything all fluffed and put into place as best as it can be. I did have to reach out to the person that purchased this because they wanted white, and the black had mixed in with the white fibers, and it kind of tinged it a little bit on the light gray side. So I did reach out to the person buying the paw print and showed them the difference in the color, but I mean it's very, very slight difference. So she was happy with it still. I had offered to make another one with a different color if this wasn't going to work for her, and she said this one was good. So I am going to most likely get the backing on this a little bit later today or tomorrow and get it ready to get sent off in the mail. And now I'm gonna work on this guy after I get the rest of this cleaned up, and I need to do some sewing of the arms, and I need to glue on the eyes and the little nose pieces here. I think I need to situate these in a bit of a different angle, and then I have to embroider in the mouth. And I don't know if I want, I'm supposed to put like 2 little white eyes on here. So I might try to figure that out as well, but I'm going to be using the white glue for this, not glue gun. I hate the little strings that come off the glue gun. So I'm going to do that. And I also want to get the horns put on this goat here. Everything is pretty well done on this one except putting, I can't get it to stand up, except for putting the horns on. So this is what we're going to work on now that I have this done. So I'm going to set this aside and finish this up just a little bit later. Okay, I've got you set up at a little bit of a different angle here. Hopefully you don't fall. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I had made over the weekend. Forgive me if I'm showing you a couple of things that you've seen before, because I'm not 100% sure if this was in the last video or not, but I have made these cute little sloths. They are available on my Etsy. You can pop over there and adopt one if you'd like. I have 2 done. So one is a light tan and one is a little bit of a darker tan, because I'm using a ball of the Karen Colorama Hollow. I think that's how you pronounce it. And as you go, the colors change. So it's giving different colored sloths. So these are listed on my Etsy. I can't guarantee that they're all going to be the same size. So if you see them in the pictures, like this one here is a little bit smaller than this one because of a tension thing. But I think they are super cute. And I've also almost have 2 gray ones done as well. And I'm going to think about English. I'm going to think about working on some colored ones. I do have some blues and purples and like a darker blue there as well. So I think these are going to be super cute. This is a free pattern over on Instagram. I'll leave the link or the person's or the designer's Instagram handle down below. So there's these 2. And then I've also finished some corn. These are by Mary Makes. Everybody knows who Mary Makes is, but you can definitely go and check that out. These are on Instagram, as I think it's on Instagram. She has them listed as a free pattern. These sold really well at my last, like the Christmas markets that I did. So I have 2 made so far, but I wanted to take a little break from making corn, and I'm running out of yellow wool. So I only have 2 of these made so far. And then, if you know what movie that's from, I made a sea slug. This one is so cute, so cute. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to get a good angle. You can probably see it a little bit there. It's the yarn has the Burnett blanket yarn has glitter in it in the blue, and I thought it was super cute. This is also a free pattern on Instagram too, and I thought it was adorable. I wasn't going to make it at first, and I will admit that I wanted to pull my hair out a little bit when I was sewing the fringe. That's what I'm gonna call it, the slime out around the outside edge. But I'm glad I finished it, and I'm actually tempted to make a couple of more of these to take with me. I think they're super cute. Price-wise, I'm not sure what to price it at. I'm thinking maybe $20 to $25 because there was quite a bit of sewing to it. It's not huge, but I think it might be worth in that price range. I don't usually sell a whole lot of plush items, so it's kind of hard for me to judge what the price will be. Pixie is sitting at my feet. I have another one here. I don't think I've showed this one, but here it is. It's a cow. It's by Aquarium Wool Crochet. I've mentioned her a few times. The little straw comes out of the top. And I think I might have finished this one last weekend. I'm not really sure, but I have this one available as well. And this one's going to come to Geek Fest with me. I was thinking about making another one if I get stuck for something to make, but they do kind of take a while. There is a lot of sewing involved in her patterns, so I do need to charge a little bit more for these. It's nice and soft and squishy. I didn't stuff this one a whole lot. So yeah, I have this one as well. So the last two things that I have that I'm going to be finishing up this week are the goat and the Jack Skellington. So I will show you those along the way of getting them finished up in this video. And that's pretty much what I've made in the past couple of weeks. This is where Pixie usually sits on the couch. We've got a puppy pad underneath. She wants to play a little bit right now, so she must be having a good day. Yesterday she was a little bit rough, but today she's apparently doing pretty good. But when I was talking about the puppy pads earlier, we have them underneath blankets, like on the couch and on our bed, so she doesn't pee on the furniture, because we don't want to have her sleeping on the floor because we kind of baby her a little bit. But she wants me to play, so we're gonna play. She's a little bit spunky today. Alright, so this one here is finished. Horns are on, nose is embroidered. We got the pentagram on the head, and I've got some pictures already taken for Instagram. So this is probably going to be the end of this for today. I had to move things in order to take some pictures for Instagram because I've been using my shelf here. I didn't get to the Jack Skellington. It's already 5 and now I have to go make supper. So this was the only thing that I was able to get finished. Took a little bit longer getting this one done than I thought it was. And Pixie also wanted to play for a bit, as you saw. So I had to go and play with her for a bit. So this one is complete. And yeah, this one will be going to Geek Fest as well, unless someone snags it before then. Alright guys, new day. It is now Thursday. It's March 7th and we are prepping, by we I mean most of Newfoundland, prepping for a snowstorm. There is a big snowstorm coming over the night tonight, and thankfully the location where I am, we're not supposed to get as much, and so we'll see we'll see what happens. Today I'm finishing off this guy, hopefully. I do have a lot of sewing left to do, and it's making me not want to finish it just because of the sewing, but I think everyone that does crochet stuff goes through that. I don't think that it's just me. If you have an issue with sewing your projects together, let me know. And this one here in particular is really getting under my skin because it's black. And I don't typically like to work with black. And now I have to figure out how I'm supposed to attach this collar piece to the body. And there's no instructions in the pattern on how to go about sewing it on. So I don't know if I should just go down through the center, go on the inside, sew on the outside. I don't know exactly what it is to do. So I'm just going to wing it. And it doesn't help that I'm sitting on the opposite side of the room to the light. Now I had thought about moving things around and get myself closer to the window over there, but it's just it's not going to work for me right now because I still have to keep the heater on. So I'm just gonna try to tough it out for a few more weeks anyway, and hopefully I'll be able to move things. So I'm just sewing the collar on directly in the center. It's not meant to move anyway, so I don't think it's going to cause too much problems. But I'm constantly bending my needle. Like, there's nothing on the picture saying that the collar is supposed to extend off of the shirt, so I'm assuming sewing it flat is okay. I just need to make sure that I get the angle correct because there is a V shape on the neck on the body. I'm sorry if this is a very awkward angle, but it is what it is. If anyone is invested, in my job search, I can do an update on that. I've just been, I guess, turned down for 3 other jobs. They've selected somebody else for the positions. So this morning I sent off resumes to 3 other places that I'm not 100% sure if they're even looking for anyone at the moment, but at least they have my resume if something does come up. And I applied for one job that was posted yesterday and got an email, like a machine email, stating that the job position was already closed. So I don't know if they found someone or what. And it was just posted yesterday. So that's where I'm standing with that. And I really have 2 weeks left to find a job. So I'm kind of stressing just a little bit. But in the meantime, we're going to keep working on the crochet projects because I know it's awkward, you can't see my face, but I swear, I'm just not a floating shoulders. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep working on stuff, try to keep my mind at ease, take it one day at a time. 24 hours. Just 24 hours can make a difference. I could get a phone call tomorrow. I could get an email this afternoon because it's still quite early in the day. It's just lunchtime, so, and it's still Thursday, so there's still one more day left to this week. So I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can, but when you're in a stressful situation, that doesn't always work. So I guess it is what it is at the moment. I do have some new items posted over on Etsy if you'd like to give them a look. It's the baby sloths. They are posted as of yesterday, which was the 6th. And a couple of things over there as well. I hope this is good enough. A couple of other things have been listed over there as well, so if you want to check that out. I think that's good enough for this. I got my other scissors left somewhere else. I've been getting into the habit of, oh, I got my needle bent. I've been getting into the habit of tying my 2 strings together when I'm sewing something on and tying knots in it and then stuffing it back inside the body. I wasn't doing that at the beginning, and then I realized that if someone wanted to pull out some of the stitches, that they would be able to just pull stuff out, and that's not really good. I don't want that to happen. So okay, so color's on. You can't see it. You can see like a little bit of a bump right there, but the collar is on. So now I'm gonna go and sew the arms on, and then I'm going to glue these on, and then hopefully tomorrow, I don't want to be touching it while the glue is drying, so then hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get the face in. I'm gonna leave the glue overnight to dry, and I just don't want to move these right now and start stitching the face and have them fall off, because I kind of like where they are. So I'll come back again once I get the arms sewed on, and I'll give you a look so you can see what it looks like. Alright, so I got the eyes on the bat, and I got the eyes glued on. So then we're just going to set this guy to the side over here maybe, and we're just going to move this. And he's going to sit there for the night and let the eyes and everything dry. And then hopefully tomorrow, like I said, I'll get the mouth put in. Alright guys, so I ended up getting Jack finished, and I'm just getting ready to edit this video and get it put up on YouTube. It's Friday afternoon. We have a butt ton of snow. I think we have at least like 1.5 feet, 2 feet of snow in some places. I was out shoveling earlier, but I managed to come in and get this guy finished. He's quite big. The sloths are on Etsy right now, and a couple of other things like I had mentioned before if you want to go check it out. But he looks super cute, and I don't know if I'm going to make another one or not. Maybe in the future, but right now I think I'm good with this pattern. But if you want to check it out, you can check out a Query Wool Crochet on Etsy. Not sponsored, not affiliate with her. She doesn't know who I am or anything like that. But yeah, definitely go check out the Etsy shop. And thank you guys so much for watching until the end. And I'll see you in hopefully next week's video.